Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm just going to do a little bit of a walk around of my 1983 Honda Big Red 200e all-terrain cycle. I just got done washing it because I figured I'd try to clean it up as best I could before making a video, but I'm not really too crazy about cleaning stuff, so I kind of just washed off most of the heavy stuff. Like, you can probably still see that there's dirt marks and stuff all over it, so it doesn't really matter. I don't care. I'm gonna go and get it dirty again tomorrow anyway. So anyway, yeah, I just picked this up a couple days ago. My uncle had it sitting out on his land, and it's been sitting in the woods for, I'd have to say, close to 2.5 years unridden. Like, it hasn't been ridden the whole entire time. And I went out there. It was like an hour, 45-minute drive. Went out there, found it in the woods, and yeah, I kind of just cleaned out the carb, which is right underneath there. It's kind of a pain in the ass to clean, really, and I think it's actually leaking right now. I don't know why. Yeah, it's definitely leaking right now. I'm thinking that my my float and my needle is stuck open, so it floods out a little bit. But yeah, it's doing that. See, it's kind of leaking in there a little bit. Yeah, it's in pretty good shape for the year, I think. You got a little bit of plastic damage there, and the rims are actually in good shape too. Most of the time those are all rotted out. We come underneath, the frame's in excellent shape. There's no rust or anything anywhere. I think it may have been repainted. I'm not sure. And I don't think it has. This looks like stock paint. There's no runs or anything in it. So it's in really nice shape. You can see right there it says 1983 200e Honda Motor Co. Tires have a little bit of dry rot on them. There's a little bit of cracking going on. You can see right in there, but that's not really a big deal. I'm not really too worried about it. I wanted to get new tires on here anyway. These ones are really nice. I personally recommend these. These are just your plain Jane stock tires that I'm almost positive that these came on the Big Reds. They're Carlisle. I think that's how you say that. It's Carlisle tire, made in USA. I mean, they're still in business nowadays, so they must be doing something right. But yeah, those are nice. Those are really nice, actually. I've only gotten this thing stuck once, I think, which the only trail that I got it stuck on is a trail that's basically only made for your 4x4 Honda Ranchers and stuff, Yamaha Grizzlies, all that big expensive shit. Since this is a 1983, it's actually a hardtail, so there is no rear suspension. But I did not let that get me down because it has one of the most comfortable rides ever. I'm not even just saying that because it's mine. It really does. It's a really comfortable ride. You have these big 12-inch wide tires in the back, so they're pretty big. They are 25 by 12. And it's on a 9-inch rim, which makes it a little bit difficult to find tires for it, really. I wanted to get some Kenda Executioner tires, but sadly they do not fit, unfortunately. So since this was a 1983, they included a 12 volt, I think, 12 volt 5 watt little accessory plug-in thing. And it's got the standard front and rear cargo racks, which is how you could tell that it was a Big Red, actually. They made, in 1983, they made a normal 200e, which stands for electric start. You can see the starter right there underneath the seat. If I can get it off. You have your battery box, which I have a battery for it, but it's not really charged right now. I think it might be shot, but yeah, you got your air box there and all that. tank's in pretty nice shape. It was repainted, I know that, because I don't know if you can see it on the video, but like this red right here, that's actually like red, and this right here is kind of like a pink because it's so faded. It was repainted, and actually on this side, I don't think it'd be possible for the camera to pick this up, but you can actually still see the decals of where it said Honda right on there. But it's history, so probably just gonna end up buying a decal pack, putting on some original decals. That'd be pretty cool. Something I'd like to do one day. If I can get this damn seat back on. Give me a second. Yeah, so like I said, it's in pretty nice shape. The plastics, you know, they have a little bit of damage there. They've been kind of riveted together a little bit, but really, for what I do with it, I don't care. I'm not bringing it to, you know, a restoration show. We also have this pretty large capacity toolbox in the back, so I just keep my riding glasses in here. They're just safety glasses. Spare oil, which for these machines you have to use either 10W40 motorcycle or 10W40 ATV oil. I mean, they're basically the same thing. Motorcycle, I think, is like a little bit more pure than ATV just because, you know, the application. But if you read the back, they're all about the same thing. It's just wet clutch protection, because this does have a wet clutch. It's a semi-automatic gearbox, but right there is your clutch adjustment screw. So it does have a wet clutch, and it's completely submerged in oil at any given moment. I also keep another spark plug back here, which I really should keep that like in a plastic bag or something, just so it's not all dirty when I actually need it. Some pliers, and an extra coil as well. Oh man, look at that little guy. Yeah, I just took this thing out riding yesterday. Like I said, it's a very nice machine. It gets through a lot. And for a mudding or towing application, something that really helps out, I'll show you right now. This was the last year that they include, I'm pretty sure that this was the last year that they included a dual range transmission. So right there you can see that's an H, and that's an L, high and low. And right now obviously I have it in high because I don't want to blow my engine. But yeah, if you're just cruising along, you know, hitting trails or whatever, you're gonna want to stay in high because that's just your standard 5 speeds. But then you also have an entirely different set of 5 gears, which is all low range. So you definitely don't want to go fast when you're in low range, or else, you know, like I said, you're gonna have your RPMs. Sorry, you're gonna have your RPMs through the roof, and yeah, you might blow your engine. So don't blow your engine in machines like this because they're history. Yeah, like I said, when I was cleaning it, I'm not really too crazy about cleaning, so that's why you see all these like white marks all over, because it's this shitty wax that I was using. It didn't work at all. It's this shit. Honestly, I think I'll just use it because it smells good. It smells like banana and all that, banana and coconut. But yeah, this is a very nice machine. Like I keep on saying, it's very cool. I mean, it's history right here. They're banned, for Christ's sake. So when you come out riding with one, I mean, I always thought that they were really cool, so I assume other people think they're really cool. This is just a little piece of duct tape that was on here. The previous owner before, and not the one that was right before me, but the one before him, had a patch of duct tape on here to have the shift pattern. So it's like 1, 2, you know, all that. Which actually, the shift pattern on this, most of them are all up. So, you know, neutral's all the way down, and then up one's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, so on. But on this one, it's neutral's all the way up, and first gear is actually down. Same with second, third, fourth, and fifth. So it's all down. So it's reversed. It takes a little bit getting used to. And especially like when you're coming down a hill and you don't really want to go fast. So you go to downshift, but really that's upshifting. So then you got a upshift, which is a downshift. Still has the original key in it from 1983. which I thought was pretty cool, because most of the time you get these and this whole assembly right here is torn out, you know, gone, not even there. So it's a pretty cool little touch. You know, I like to look out for stuff like that. My front brakes, actually, they are out of commission right now. My little brake mount thing right here cracked. So yeah, I don't have front brakes, but I do have back brakes. This particular model had a sealed drum brake in the back, which works very well in wet and muddy conditions. So, you know, I have plenty of stopping power. You have your foot pedal down there for your brakes. That's also rear, and that's rear. And if I did have brakes here, you know, that'd be the front brake, which is also a sealed drum. They're very nice brakes. I got some new grips on these yesterday, as well as some little grip donuts, those foam little rings, so you don't have to worry about your hand rubbing up against there. I always have marks on my hands, blisters, as well as right there. Those work very well. I personally recommend those. The headlight on this works, as well as the tail light. So, you know, night riding isn't an issue. Going through woods and stuff late at night, it's pretty fun. You know, just taking a nice little cruise. Like I said, this thing really does get over anything. It gets through a lot. Everything besides 4x4 trails, because it's only a 2x3. My chain, actually, if you hear that grinding sound, that is my chain actually rubbing up against that skid plate on the bottom. It needs a new chain, which happens often because when you ride in mud, particularly deep mud, it tends to stretch out the chain really bad. So that's why there's that huge gap in between the teeth and the chain. So I'm going to get a new rear sprocket, a new chain, and a new front sprocket as well. Everything else on this, though, is in very good shape. You know, it runs great. Only thing is, it has a little bit of a valve tick. You can hear the valve ticking a little bit, which is just an adjustment. At first, I thought it was a rod knock, which I was really scared about, but I now know that it is not, and it's just the valves, which the valve adjustment is right there. There's one there, and there's one on the opposite side, obviously, for the intake and exhaust valves. You just take off this little CDI cover right here. It's where the little coil thing is. You just take that off, and then you take out this right here, and you know, you can set your timing, all that stuff. But I'll start it up right now so you guys can hear it. And like I said, keep an ear out for that little valve tick. My friend had a 1989 Honda 4-Trax, and his had the same problem until he adjusted the valves, so I'm hoping that's the only problem. It's got a little bit of a high idle. I have it idling high right now because when I go to ride, the idle actually tends to smoothen out once the machine warms up. Normally, your idle will actually pick up as it warms up. But I just have my idle high right now because when I go riding, you know, if water gets in there, it just likes to idle higher. Actually, I'll take it for a little spin on my front lawn real quick, so just so you guys can see it. So yeah, that is my 1983 Honda Big Red 200e all-terrain cycle. very proud of this machine. I'm very proud of what it can do and the potential that it has. And I just want to let you guys know that ATCs are not something that should be feared or put down. These are machines that we need to start bringing back. So if you guys can pick one up for cheap, definitely do that. Start restoring them, start getting them back into good running order. These are amazing machines. They are to not be underestimated. They can go anywhere that a four-wheeler can, and some. You can actually get places on this that a four-wheeler can't get. If you know how to ride these, they're not death traps. They're not scary. They're not unsafe. I mean, this one right here, this particular one, like I said, it's a hardtail model. It doesn't tip as easy as the ones that have suspension. I was riding a Yamaha 225DX the other day. Had rear suspension. The thing tipped when you just went around a small little corner. Even leaning. If you leaned, give yourself a little bit of a counterbalance on the opposite way that you're leaning. I still wanted to tip. But if you know how to ride them, then they won't. So get yourself a nice Honda, not a Yamaha. Get yourself a nice Honda ATC if you want something that's going to last you forever. I swear it'll last you forever. This machine's been alive since 1983. I cleaned the carburetor on it once, and it fired right up. But I think that's all for the video today. I'm filming on my GoPro right now, so you know I don't really know how the audio is going to be, or really how the video quality is going to be. But I just found my GoPro last night, so when I go on a ride, I'm going to make sure I bring this along, and we're going to get some nice mud action on the good old ATC. So I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.